So I have a few things I want to discuss today. We're going to talk about the third stimulus check. I've had a lot of people ask me about the third stimulus check. Is it over? Are people still receiving checks? So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Senator Capito. So Senator Capito, she is the Republican that's spearheading the infrastructure bill. So the negotiation, she will be meeting with the president. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And then we're also going to talk about the current lawmakers that are in favor of recurring payments. So we'll take a look at that. And then we're going to answer a viewer's question. So you're going to want to wait till the end. I generally get some of the same questions asked over and over. And so I wanted to address this question. So that's what we're going to do. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please hit the like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is that third stimulus check. So they are still going out. So we still have plus-ups going out. We still have people who file their taxes. So if you just file your taxes, you might be one of the people that will receive the stimulus check. So I've had people say, well, I haven't received my third stimulus check yet. IRS might not have had your information. So if they didn't have your information, you filed your taxes now, they're starting to send those checks out. And so what they'll be doing is electronic payments will go out on Wednesday. And then if they're going to mail something to you, they will mail it throughout the week. So be on the lookout. If you know they don't have your banking information, then check your mail. You might receive either a check or you might receive a debit card. So keep your eyes open for that. And so the plus-ups will also be going out. They've been going out for the last several weeks. And those are for people who, let's say you made more money in 2019 than you did in 2020, or you added a dependent in 2020 and you just filed your 2020 taxes. So now they have all that information and they can go ahead and make those corrections and send you the plus-ups. So those will also be going out. So if you guys have any questions about the third stimulus check, please post it down below. Now let's talk a little bit about Senator Capito. So right now, the negotiations are continuing to go on, and we know that Senator Capito, she will be meeting with the president on Wednesday, and they will be discussing this infrastructure bill. So right now, we're looking at Senator Capito, her last offer, or the Republicans' last offer, was $928 billion. We know the president's last offer was $1.7 trillion. So we're trying to see what's going to happen when it comes to this first infrastructure bill. So we have the first infrastructure bill, roads, bridges, broadband, and then we have that second, that American Families Plan. That's the big one that everybody's focused on, because that one could have some things in there for the American people, like stimulus checks, like extensions to enhanced unemployment. Although a lot of states are turning away from the enhanced unemployment, there are still states that are accepting enhanced unemployment. So we might see some different things when it comes to that in the American Families Plan, plus free college tuition for junior colleges, as well as pre-K, 2 years of pre-K. So there are a lot of different things that are in this American Families Plan. And so once we get past this infrastructure bill, we can really focus on this American Families Plan. Now let's hear what Senator Capito said on, she said this on Fox News Sunday. She said, "I think we can get a real compromise, absolutely, because we're both still in the game. We realize this is not easy." So that was a quote from her. So it looks like she's still open to compromise. Now, the big key here, and I keep saying this, it doesn't matter if they can get to the top line. If they can, let's say, agree on $1 trillion, let's just say that, $1 trillion. The big key is, how is it going to be paid for? And Senator Capito, she wants to use user fees. So she's still talking about increasing the gas tax. She's still talking about mileage tax and different things like that, and actually taking some money from the last stimulus package, that $1.9 trillion stimulus package, taking some money from there. So we're going to have to see. Now, understand, this is over an 8-year period. At least 5 to 8 years is what they're talking about right now. But the President Biden wants it to be 8 years. So over 8 years, this will be paid for. But right now, the user fees, not really popular among Americans, but Senator Capito is talking about that. Now, the president, he wants to do the corporate tax rate raise. He wants to raise it from 21% to 28%. And so we'll have to see how they figure out how to pay for this. So the bottom line, it doesn't matter what the top line number is, it's how are you going to pay for it? So that's what we need to really focus on. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about the lawmakers that are in favor of recurring payments. Now, this is good. This is Business Insider. They put this article out, let's see, on May 25th here. and I just want to go through this list. And I am going to do a spreadsheet and put all these lawmakers on here, and then we can add to the list as it gets closer to this American Families Plan, because that's where we might see something, if anything, when it comes to some type of stimulus for the American people. Okay, so just moving on down here. So we have the Senate Democrats that are in favor. Now, there are no Republicans currently that are in favor of recurring payments or stimulus checks. So here are the current senators that are in favor of recurring payments. Okay, so there's a total of 28 lawmakers. Okay, so that's both senators and reps in the House. So that's what we're looking at right now when it comes to the Democrats that are in favor of recurring payments. Now, 28, that is not a lot. Okay, that's not a lot of lawmakers. And so the reality is this is probably going nowhere, recurring payments. And so I just want to be completely honest with you guys. I don't want to lead you on or make you think that recurring payments is something that is being strongly considered. At this point, you have 28 lawmakers. That is not a lot. That's not a lot at all. And so overall, when it comes to a fourth stimulus check, we're looking at about 80 lawmakers, which is still not a lot. And so there's a lot of work needs to be done. A lot of negotiating needs to be done in order for us to really see a fourth stimulus check come to reality. So that's what we're looking at right now. Those are the lawmakers. Like I said, I will keep a spreadsheet for you guys so we can revert back to it, and we can take a look at some. Maybe we have new lawmakers that are added. We might see some type of proposal that's put out there, and we'll have some backers, some sponsors, co-sponsors. So we'll take a look at that in the future. Okay, so now I want to go to the question of the day, and this is coming from Christina. Christina, thank you for joining the discussion in the comment section. So she is saying here, do you think the child tax credit will be extended until 2025 within the infrastructure bill? That is a very, very good question. You see, I answered it there, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. So with the American Families Plan, it is on the table. So we are looking at an extension to the child tax credit. So right now, the child tax credit, July 15th, that's when families will start receiving this money. So you have to have children under the age of 17 and under, and then you'll qualify for this child tax credit. I did an extensive video on that, so I'll post a link up above here so you guys can check it out. And at the end of the video, I'll also have a link. But when it comes to the child tax credit, it's only going to be for 6 months of monthly payments. And then when you file your taxes, your 2021 taxes in 2022, then you'll get the rest of the money. So either you're going to get $3,000 depending on how old your child is, or $3,600 depending if your child is 5 years or younger. You qualify for the $3,600, and so half of it will be monthly payments, and then the other half will be when you file your taxes. So what they want to do is they want to extend it to 2025. And so that's what's in the American Families Plan. So we'll have to see how that goes through Congress and see if that gets approved. That is the second infrastructure bill. That is the human infrastructure bill. So good question there. At this point, it's on the table, but we don't know if that is going to pass or not. I think that we're looking at a situation where that is possible, very, very possible for it to pass. It's already in the language. If they want to do reconciliation, which they're probably going to have to do reconciliation for this American Families Plan, because we're seeing how hard it is just to get an infrastructure bill passed. It's going to be very, very hard to get this American Families Plan passed. So they're probably going to have to go through reconciliation, which means that they can go ahead and move forward with this extension. So I think it's highly likely that we will see the extension to the child tax credit. So I hope that answers your question. If you guys have any other questions, post them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.